Welcome to part one of the soils and watering series. Hopefully you can notice behind me my first efforts of making our balconies beautiful. I still have a very long way to go, and there will be plenty of ups and downs along the way, I'm sure, but that's half the fun of it. I hope you'll join me. It's important we get a major misconception out of the way before we even get started talking about plants. When I found out, it was quite news to me, but it has helped tremendously to get a grip of what I've been doing wrong all these years. If you already know, good for you, but if you don't, this may come as quite a surprise. As humans, we're all concerned about food, mainly getting enough of it and getting the right sort. Without it, we cannot survive too long, and we certainly cannot grow. Plants are no different. It's just their idea of food is different from ours. More on that later. But first, let's take a closer look at our own eating habits. We need to make an important distinction between food and vitamins. In general, we get both our sustenance and vitamins from what we eat, but it's perfectly possible to have an adequate amount of food, and yet your diet can be short of vitamins. To put things right, we either take supplements or change our diet. Another interesting point is that vitamin deficiencies mostly take quite a while to show, while a shortage of food presents symptoms and effects quite quickly. Okay, so there's nothing earth-shattering in any of that. We all knew about it some while ago, but maybe we hadn't actually thought about it very much. Now that we have, it will make understanding plants and their eating habits much easier. Like us, plants need both food to grow and vitamins to assist the processes of life. This is where problems can happen. Frequently, the serial plant murderers amongst us confuse the two. A plant looks wilted or in poor shape for lack of food, and we give it vitamins. Imagine that in a hungry human child, no matter how many vitamin supplement pills you gave him, he'd still be hungry. He needs food, and if he doesn't get some soon, he's going to wither and maybe even die. That's exactly what happens with plants. Too often we give them vitamins when what they need is food. So what is food to plants and what are vitamins? First, a cautionary comment. What follows is a big simplification of the true chemical and biological processes. It's good to remember we're setting out to be better gardeners rather than ecological scientists. All we need to know is to get the basic idea so that our plants can survive and thrive. Apologies for any scientific toes I'm about to tread on. Let's deal with the simple one first. To a plant, vitamins are the nutrients found in soil and fertilizers. They are not food. Give a plant the best nutrients, and if that's all it gets, it will still wither and die. This is the big misconception so many failing gardeners fall into. It looks poorly, so we give it some fertilizer or change the soil. Wrong. What the poor thing needs is food, and in the right proportions and quickly before it starves. So if a plant doesn't get food from soil or nutrients, where does its food come from? What we call food to a plant comprises of three simple elements: light, natural sunlight is best, water, and CO2, or carbon dioxide. Giving these, it uses the naturally occurring chlorophyll in its leaves to convert them into sugars. These induce the processes that make the plant grow. They are the plant's idea of a slap-up dinner. Nutrients are the wine at that dinner, excellent supplements that help the party along, but not strictly essential ingredients at every meal. Perhaps it may come as a surprise to some, but you don't absolutely need to drink Chardonnay with your morning cereal. That's how it is with plants. They need food often and regular, plus some vitamins every now and again to help the party along. No doubt that simple explanation is going to make the scientists squeal, but that's not the point. Hopefully you get the idea, and that's what I'm after. In the description below this video, there's a link to a slightly more technical yet very digestible video on the subject if you're interested. It's worth a watch. But if all you want is healthy plants, you've just made a huge leap forward to future success. This concept is vital, and getting the idea firmly locked in is essential to your plants in the future. By the way, you have a bonus. Congratulations, without realizing it, you've just done the intro course on hydroponics. You now know plants don't actually need soil to grow. So long as they get light, water and nutrients, that's good enough for them. Coming up, there will be a lot more on hydroponics, but that right now, it's a subject for another day. For now, my plan is to make it clear what gets plants to thrive and why they die. I hope you found it interesting and useful. Believe me, your plants will be grateful. Make sure they get the appropriate amount of light that suits them, both in the time they get the light and the location where they are. Full sunlight, semi, wherever they think they are settling best. It will look after their own intake of CO2. Watering gets covered in detail in our next episode. Plants like Goldilocks irrigation, not too much and not too little. We'll show you how to do watering the easy way, how to never worry again about did I remember to water those plants or not, or are they getting enough, or maybe they should have a little more. Find out how to quench the thirst of your rooted friends while away on holiday, and a whole lot more coming up in this series. If you're not already with us as a follower and subscriber of this series, make sure you subscribe now and hit the bell icon. That way we'll send you a quick nudge when the next part of our plant survival series is ready to view. You will be among the first to know about it. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to being with you again soon. Happy gardening.